We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
On today, Faithful Acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is Crystal Extra Hot. Crystal, of course, getting into the same ball game, getting into the thing as did Frank's Red Hot with the Extra Hot, and the Texas Pete Hotter hot sauce. This one I have higher hopes for, and I'll get into that here momentarily. So first we have aged red cayenne peppers, vinegar, salt, water, and xanthan gum, which is in the crystal mainly. The last thing here is natural flavorings, which is extract. So this is another very commercial Louisiana style sauce that you see almost everywhere. And very watery. This one has a restrictor cap built into the bottle. So one of the things I don't like about this is that it comes out really, really fast like this. The other part is that Crystal tends to be a very harsh and abrasive type of sauce. You can see it actually pours. It doesn't just drip. It actually pours because of this restrictor nozzle. So I'm not really in love with that. See here we have the slightly reddish orange hue, which is pretty normal for Crystal. As far as looks, it looks pretty much like Crystal normally does. Crystal is really abrasive, and it is here too. But there's a back current of the extract heat behind it. Not super prominent though. It's hotter than normal Crystal, but not like crazily so. The reason I thought this was going to be the best of those three, the major three, the Texas Pete and the Frank's, and this one is because this one had a much lower distance to fall. So, Frank's also didn't have a great distance to fall as far as that's concerned. I didn't quite finish that entire bottle. I came pretty close. Texas Pete I had to throw out because it was bad. It was way too far off. Their normal sauce is pretty good. In the case of Frank's, which I don't like, and in the case of this, which is always just an abrasive punch, throwing in an extract is going to adversely affect the flavor. However, we're not dealing with great flavors to begin with, so it's more effective, I guess, in that setting. Still not good, by the way, though, because I can taste the extract and I do not like it. So I'm low on cayenne sauces right now, so I probably will finish this out. But this is not a super enjoyable sauce. So what I have here is I made a carbonara bake the other day, and I tried to health it up. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what's on here as I dump this stuff on. So it's not super creamy, but I love a Louisiana with a good cream or cheesy sauce. One of the best settings for it, I think. So here we have, I used whole wheat noodles. I used prosciutto instead of pancetta. I used peas, capers are in there as well. There's quinoa in here. Kind of it was a cleanup thing, so there's a little bit of orzo in here as well. A little layer of cheese with some breadcrumbs on top to crust it just a bit because I like to have a little bit of a crunchy crust. And that's it. And I kind of made up just the this whole dish basically from scratch, and I mean, it came out really, really nicely. Nice and creamy. Oh, and chicken. There's a lot of chicken in here too. I use both an oven roasted and a canned chicken both. Very, very nice. They're almost like an Italian panko Parmesan breadcrumb here. Super nice. Super nice. It's not as creamy as a normal carbonara would be. Oh, forgot to mention there's mushrooms as well, but it's not quite as creamy. Very hearty. Not as creamy as a normal carbonara. And you can't really make this totally healthy. If you're gonna have a good carbonara, you won't have a healthy one. But I did make it more successfully more healthy. Healthier. I've never attempted one quite like this before. But, I made enough stuff that I should just be able to whip something together. Since the pandemic, certainly been doing a lot more cooking at home. Just really good. It's a pretty happy marriage here because this withstands the assault of the crystal. And this one will build over time. But the extract isn't getting in the way of the flavors here. And there's just enough of that cayenne and vinegar to cut through the richness. I don't know that I would get this again though. I don't normally buy crystal. The crystal is kind of one of those things where if I go to somebody's house and it's there, use it in a pinch, use it on collard greens, something like that. I don't think it's a good sauce though, particularly as far as cayennes go. Or Louisiana style. Certainly stuff like Red Devil and some of the other ones just run circles around this. But as far as the sauce that has extract added, I think this is actually the best of the three major national brands. I think this one comes off the best. It definitely is there. You can definitely notice it, but the impact on the flavor with this one is somewhat more minimal than the other two. So, again, I'm not a fan of the extract flavor to begin with, but for whatever it's worth, these guys do a better job handling it than the other two. So, but there you have it. The Crystal Extra Hot Louisiana Style Hot Sauce. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.